People tend to view Christians today, more and more, as an anti-science, anti-intellectual group of people. What a myth that is. Welcome to the middle of nowhere. Here in the remote and beautiful mountains of the Arizona desert, you'll find something unexpected. A modern observatory, fully equipped to explore the universe, run and owned by none other than the Roman Catholic Church.
So the Vatican has its own astronomical observatory up on Mount Graham. This seems to surprise a lot of people. Often when people come to visit, the first thing they ask is, why on earth does the Vatican have an observatory? My somewhat mischievous reply is that it's because we can't afford a particle accelerator. So the Vatican Observatory was founded in the 1580s by Pope Gregory XIII in the context of his reform of the calendar. The old Julian calendar was messing up. It didn't have the length of the year right. It was in the Tower of the Winds in Vatican City. It also had telescopes at the Campidoglio in Rome. And it also had telescopes at the Jesuits' Roman College. There were 4 telescope domes on the walls of Vatican City. The entire Vatican was basically an astronomical observatory. The Vatican Observatory moved to Castel Gandolfo in 1935, and right away, 2 telescopes were installed on top of the Pope's summer vacation home. These telescopes were the cutting edge of 1935 technology. The Jesuits of the Vatican Observatory have been side by side with the popes, sharing views through the telescope. But by the 1970s, 1980s, the lights of Rome were encroaching to the point where it was difficult to do successful observations for research purposes from that location.
So we were chased out of Rome by light pollution. Tucson, Arizona is one of the major centers for astronomy, and it is really a place where quite a lot of things happen when it comes to the development of astronomical instrumentation. So it is a good place to be.
The Vatican Observatory came to have its own telescope at Tucson, and it's up on Mount Graham. The reason for being of the observatory is the mere fact of having competent, hardworking, regular scientists who happen also to be priests and brothers living in community and doing science on behalf of the church. It is the church's participative calling card in the world of astronomy. Some of them focus on galaxies and the evolution of galaxies. Some focus on stars, the life cycle of stars. Some focus on planets of our solar system or exoplanets. Some focus on near-Earth objects and asteroids. Quite apart from there being any sort of conflict of science and faith, the long-standing complementarity, love, collaboration between the church and science. Remember, if you're doing science, you're doing it for real, you are looking for the truth. And the church is all about the truth.
If faith were anti-science, someone should tell Georges Lemaitre, who came up with what's now called the Big Bang Theory, or Roger Bacon, who's the grandfather of the scientific method. They were both Catholic priests. If faith is anti-science and anti-reason, someone desperately needs to tell Nicholas Copernicus, pioneer of heliocentrism, Jean-Baptiste Lamarck, who prefigured the theory of evolution with Lamarckism, with Friar Gregor Mendel, the pioneer of genetics, or Father Angelo Secchi, father of stellar spectroscopy. All those people were priests and religious. There are even 35 Jesuits on the moon, 35 lunar features named after priests because they discovered them. The church is hardly opposed to science.